Yes, big deal about names. Today we're going to talk about folks in the Sailor Moon followership who make a big deal about names because it has happened. It was on X one time, and you can back me up, Sailor Mar, Sailor Red Rilled. When someone comes on X and says, "Stop saying those names, say the right names." Because on X I call myself Serena Sakino or Serena Kemble, whatever, however way you want to say it, you know. And that's what someone on X said. They're like, "Stop saying those names, say the right names." And it wasn't the only time that happened. And you think it was a one-off only on X? Yeah. It also happened again on YouTube or Euro, where I said my name was Serena, not Usagi. And someone writes down on that film a year ago, and maybe 2 years ago, and says, "Don't slight my wisdom." Well, first off, did not mean to slight anyone's wisdom. But the truth is, in the Deke world, and also which also includes the Pioneer world or the Path Seeker world, that was what my name was. Your wisdom was not being slighted. Sadly, if you never saw the Deke Sailor Moon or Pioneer Sailor Moon or Path Seeker Sailor Moon, then that's not my bind. To say that I slighted your wisdom because I chose to go by, that I went by the name that Deke gave me, Serena, that Latin French borrowed name, instead of the Dawnish borrowed name Usagi, which, to tell you the truth, I don't really know if there's any, I don't know too many folks in that world that have that name. Who knows? But it's not my name. You got the wrong woman. All right? And a lot of folks do make a big deal about the names, and you think they shouldn't. But they do. So they do. And it was only those two times, once on YouTube or Euro, I guess, or UA, and on X, was the only time where that came up, and it was kind of like gatekeeping. Well, you're right, Sailor Moon. A lot of folks in the Sailor Moon followership, want everyone to follow their oversights. Some folks out there, never saw the Deke Sailor Moon or Cloverway Sailor Moon or really Pathseeker Sailor Moon, then I'm sorry if you never saw it, or if you did saw it and you don't like it, it is what it is for you. But her name is Serena in that world. Sorry. It is what it is. And if that pissed you off too much, well, here's something else that would piss you folks off. Her name was going to be Victoria. Yeah, another Latin French borrow name, I know. And that came from tune makers or drawing show makers and the folks at Renaissance Pictures, the Renaissance Atlantic Entertainment, New Birth, Great Sea Glee business. So you want to make a big deal about the names? Come on. I don't see you making a big deal about my name being Ray, even though there are more than one way to spell it. And the Deke world chose the R-A-Y-E way over the A-R-E-I way. Or however ways there are to spell that Latin French borrowed word name. Anyway, yeah, don't make a big deal about it. Some of you folks in the Sailor Moon followership like to make a big deal about things. But names, come on. And did you know that my name was going to be Dana? Yeah. Ray wasn't going to be my name. It was going to be Dana. Well, it was late and my name was shifted back to Ray, and they just shifted the spelling, and you folks didn't give a shit. But you're going to make a big deal over Serena, that Latin French borrowed name? Come on. Yeah, you're right about that, Sailor Mars. You're right about that, Sailor Red World. A lot of folks in the Sailor Moon followership want to make a big deal about my name being Serena. As if, sorry, Serena is my name, and if you don't like it, that's too bad, Usagi is not my name. Now, I'm going to throw you a bone here and say that in the Cloverway world, or Pioneer Pathseeker world, Usagi is my middle name, but not my first name. And you want to, okay, that's all the time we got here. Give this film a like, play it, share it, beloved it, give your thoughts on it, and we'll see you later.